You know what Bulldog Briscoe's catchphrase is. Everybody knows it. He slams his fist down and screams, "This stinks! This is total BS!" Because he's lost something. His tickets, his headphones, his lucky pen. And then he finds it. Immediately. Every single time. It was right there in front of him the whole time. The writers ran that gag for 11 years. And I don't think it was a gag. I think it was the entire character compressed into 5 seconds. A man screaming that something is missing while it's sitting right in his hand. Because here's my thesis, and I need you to sit with it. Bulldog Briscoe is the loneliest man in the entire Frasier universe. Lonelier than Frasier eating dinner alone at Le Cigar Volant. Lonelier than Niles pining for Daphne. And the show knew it. The show punished him for it. And then the show erased him. But here's what most people miss. Look, I've watched this series more times than I will ever admit to another human being. And Bulldog was always just noise to me. The loud guy, the gag machine, comic relief between the actual stories. And then, a few weeks ago, I rewatched the finale. The big, warm, beautiful finale where Frasier does his last broadcast, and every person from 11 years of KACL shows up to say goodbye. And something itched at me. Somebody wasn't there. Bulldog isn't in the finale. 53 episodes. He's not in the goodbye. And once I noticed that, I couldn't stop pulling the thread. So take a seat, but first hit like and subscribe to help the channel, thanks. Start at the beginning. Bulldog hosts the Gonzo Sports Show, and here's a detail people forget. It's the highest rated show at KACL, not Frasier's, Bulldog's. Thousands of people tune in every day to hear this man. Guys love him. His own line, "Guys love me, chicks pretend not to." He is, on paper, the most connected man in the building. Now name one of his friends. Go ahead, I'll wait. Not a coworker, not a woman he's chasing. A friend. Someone who calls him. Someone who knows his birthday. Someone who's been to his home. Have you ever even seen Bulldog's home? 11 years. Frasier's apartment is a second character on this show. Niles has the Montana. Roz gets an apartment upgrade with a fireplace. Bulldog lives nowhere. He exists at the station and at Café Nervosa, and that's it, because Bulldog isn't a person on this show. He's a broadcast. He only exists when he's on the air. And that's the metaphor I can't shake. Bulldog spent his whole life doing commentary. Loud, confident, wall-to-wall commentary on sports, on women, on Frasier's sweaters. Because as long as he's calling the game, he never has to admit he's not in one. Nobody ever put him on a team. But okay, loud, lonely guy, sad clown, we've seen it. That's not what broke me. What broke me is that the show gave us proof, twice, of exactly what's underneath the act. And both times, it played it for laughs. The coffee shop holdup. A guy pulls a gun in Café Nervosa, and Bulldog, macho, alpha, gonzo Bulldog, grabs Roz and uses her as a human shield. Roz, who is pregnant at the time. And then, through pure chaos, the robbery gets foiled anyway, and everyone decides Bulldog's a hero, and he takes the praise. He soaks in it. And when the truth needs exposing, it takes Martin faking a shout at Bulldog's own bravery award ceremony, where Bulldog dives behind his elderly mother. Everyone remembers that as the episode where Bulldog gets humiliated. Watch it again. That's the episode where we find out the armor is hollow. This man has spent his whole life performing courage, performing manhood, performing certainty, and the first time reality tested it, there was nothing behind the performance. And here's the part that makes my stomach drop. He took the hero award knowing. He'd rather be publicly loved for a lie than privately known for the truth. That's not cowardice. That's a guy who is certain that the real him isn't worth anything to anybody. Where does a man get that certain? The show never asks. Nobody on this show, a show about a therapist, ever asks. And then there's Roz. Oh man, Roz. Everyone remembers Bulldog harassing Roz, and I'm not going to defend it. It's gross, it's constant, and she deserved better. But track what actually happens across the seasons. Season 4, Love Bites Dog. Bulldog gets dumped and falls apart on the air, and he says the line that should have changed how we watch this entire character. Even when he was tomcatting around, he still loved her. The womanizing was never appetite. It was anesthesia. Then the end of season 6. Ratings dip. The station decides Bulldog's lost his edge, and they fire him. The highest rated guy in the building, gone, and the show basically shrugs. And where does he land? Season 7. He shows up at Frasier's door delivering pizza. And Roz of all people, feels for him and hires him to babysit her daughter Alice. And he's great with her. This loud, crude, boorish man is gentle and patient and good with a little kid. And it's the only context in the entire series where we see Bulldog being loved without performing for it. A child doesn't care about your ratings. And in that same stretch, he tells Roz the truth. It was real. All of it. He genuinely loves her. First honest at-bat of his life. Unrequited. Of course, the one time Bulldog stops doing commentary and actually steps onto the field, he strikes out, and the message he takes, the message he's been waiting his whole life to have confirmed, is, see, the real you wasn't worth anything. Back to the act. The Frasier subreddit has whole threads about this, by the way, and even people who can't stand the character keep landing on the same word, sincerity. Dan Butler played the sharp edges with something wounded underneath, and here's the detail that levels me. Butler came out as gay in the mid-90s, while playing television's most aggressively heterosexual man. The actor knew exactly what it costs to perform a version of masculinity for an audience every single day. You can see it in the performance. Don't play obnoxious. Play hiding. Now, some of you are typing already. He harassed Roz for years. He used a pregnant woman as a shield. He's not a tragic figure, he's a jackass. And you're right about the behavior, all of it. But here's the thing, the show forgave everybody else. Frasier's vanity, Niles' cruelty about Maris, Martin's stubbornness, 11 years of grace extended to every flawed man in that ensemble. Arcs and growth and warm endings for all of them. Bulldog is the only one the show diagnosed and then abandoned mid-treatment. He gets demoted to the archive vault, the basement, literally filed away, pops up a few more times, last appearance season 11. And then the finale comes, the whole family reunites, and he's just not there. Nobody mentions him, nobody wonders. The station that was his entire identity, the only place he ever existed, throws its big goodbye, and the loneliest man in the building gets confirmed as exactly that, forgettable. And you want to know the part that actually made me put the remote down? 20 years later, the reboot quietly mentions that Bulldog helped out at Martin's funeral. He was there, off-screen, unthanked, showing up for this family. And it took 2 decades and a different show for anyone to say it out loud. Even his loyalty happened where nobody could see it. That's when the catchphrase stopped being funny to me forever. Because that's the whole man, isn't it? Slamming his fist down, screaming that something's missing. Connection, love, a team, somebody, anybody. This stinks. This is total BS. And it was right there the whole time. Roz's kindness, Martin's household, a station full of people who kind of, quietly, in the way men never say out loud, liked having him around. He just never learned how to see something without shouting over it. And if you're going to be staring at the ceiling about a sitcom sports guy tonight, welcome. Pull up a chair at Nervosa. Apparently we live here now. Drop your take below. Was Bulldog beyond saving, or did the show just stop trying? I read everything. See you in the next one.